So Amy, again, thanks very much for joining us here today. Earlier on the panel, you were talking about how Alibaba, such a young company, but a very fast-growing one, has really had to learn very quickly all of the things that you need as a large software-based internet company. You will also be aware, of course, that people have accused Alibaba of helping those who've breached patents sell and trade their products. Take us into the tent a little bit. I mean, from a philosophical perspective, how difficult is it to be accused of those things at the same time that you're trying to protect your own IP rights?
Right. Okay, there are two things we have to be very, very clear about. One is things that's sold on a platform, it's sold through our customers, sold on our platform. So since Alibaba is a big company, so we always drag into it. As a platform provider, you know, and traded on a stock market, people like to, they obviously see, oh, it's Alibaba's platform, so we got into that. And just the same as Facebook's, you know, now the fake news and Amazon, you know, they have to deal with the fake goods. I mean, in China, in history, people always find, you know, that counterfeits or those goods are in the market. And so from that perspective, the challenge is now these things are moved online. How do you deal with it? And we got dragged right into it because, you know, we run this platform. Imagine if you are the owner of a mall, just a regular shopping mall right downstairs. A shopping mall, and you have a number of stores open in your mall. You are the mall owner now. So somebody come to you as the mall owner, say, hey, you know, XYZ is a renter in your shopping mall. They are selling fake goods. What are you going to do about it? They are trying to force you to drag you into litigation, force you try to close the door for that company. So what are you going to do? Now, just extrapolate. That's one store. We're dealing with, every year we're dealing with over 8 million or 10 million cases like that. And so we are basically trying to do the same work as the government official. Usually we're coming to the store say, hey, you're not supposed to, you know, sell these fake goods, and you gotta get rid of it. And we are acting on their purpose online, right? Because now we have to do the shutdown. We have to do the takedown once, you know, the certain procedure is going through. And then you have to do it in very short term. You can't drag on forever. So the challenge is with that amount of fake goods online, and we have to act. And now if we act, are these the right accusation? If the accusation is not correct, then the other side will say, hey, you know, you're not supposed to close my shop, and then you get dragged into a litigation too. So to balance our interests and as a platform owner or provider, you really have to have everybody's interest in there and then figure out. Now, how do you figure out a patent infringement online? Right, trademark is easy. If it's a fake, it's the same goods, Apple goods, and you see an Apple logo, and yeah, sure, it's easy. You just take them down, right?
Yes.
But if it's to say, okay, now that's the invention in this product, and they're infringing my patent.
Yes.
Now, normally you go through the court system, and for a company like us to shut them down because so-and-so accused of patent infringement, it is a very difficult.
It is, and of course a very difficult one. But we're also now in an environment, for example, just this week while we've been here at IPBC Asia, you will be familiar perhaps with an announcement by Microsoft and Twitter and others that will disallow content that's in some way promoting terrorism, for example. Will disallow that content to be uploaded through digital fingerprinting technology.
Right.
You mentioned Facebook and fake news. I mean, what both of these examples show is that platform owners, whether it's Facebook or Microsoft or even Alibaba, can't wash their hands of the responsibility and say, we're just a platform.
Right.
I mean, it seems that quite a number of platforms are being forced to take action.
Right.
Isn't it?
You know, from that point, I'm very, very proud that since 2009 we started that enforcement online. And not only that, probably the world does not know that we have a system that being built internally. 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, before I joined the company, every year we are taking down, or we'll review at least the cases, over 8 million cases. So fortunately, a company like Facebook or Microsoft had to deal with it now only. We're about like 8-9 years ago, we have to start to deal with that. And take down many, across many stores. And there's a system called Ali Protect. And there's a system being, you know, we have thousands of people hired just to take down these goods and services. Just a sheer amount of items online.
Where is all of that going to end? I mean,
you
in
know,
the next 5 years, where do you see this go?
You know, I don't know when it's going to end, but I think the process is going to definitely reduce the effort of continue counterfeiting. I think it's a process of education, and it's a process of both, all parties work together. We work with the brand owners, and we have a team. Actually, it's not really my department, but a team of legal and also security group people that work with the brand owners to help detect these things, to help, you know, using technologies to get rid of those. Because we realize also it's bad for us too. You know, any media coverage on that kind of stuff. You know, we're traded openly, and then we traded, you know, in a stock market. It's not going to be good for us too.
Yes.
So we actually hate them as much as the consumers, and you know, and then obviously competition is fierce. Everybody's, you know, they watch for it and they monitor your activities, and that is a good thing, you know. And I think it's better to deal with it online than offline, because offline you can't track these things. You know, you close them, you know, the government official will go around, hey, if they found some, you know, counterfeits good, and they just close that. And then, well, the same people will open up next door, you know, or next street, or next county or city. Can't really track them. But through online, there are technologies. You talked about, you know, logo detection, or Facebook just had a publication on logo detection just about a couple of weeks ago. But we had that, you know, OCR technology or some other image processing or image recognition, you know, software to detect those things years ago. Years ago. Yeah.
Finally.